Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work, as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumero City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul? How could you—
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great—
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation.
I see. Well, I figured that given it—
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort.
And what exactly does my master—
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumero City.
And, how long will I be required?
There's no
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, if that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a—
Tainari, but you—
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the Academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but all that can wait.
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound.
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be—
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice.
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice.
Well, do you at least know it?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City— Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give— Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Ruka Devata. Some say that, needless to say, this device—
Great! Next up, Sumeru? That's right! Tainari, we have something important to—
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so—
Thanks, Tainari. All right.
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I've been waiting for you. Never. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to—
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a and, I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing—
There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Oh? What is—
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember?
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat—
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again.
entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently... Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved... After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most... As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large...
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please have...
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to... May the mighty God bless us with their... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate on what we want.
Exactly. That, and with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary... Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something... Ugh, Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it? Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of us. You too? Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only... Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead... He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the Academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari's...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari...
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, what a relief. Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you...
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise. Sorry, the Akasha didn't
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. So the Akasha... All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the sanctuary...
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers.
Okay.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low, it's like digging holes in the dirt. So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody. Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild
The wind knows me.
Ad Astra Abyssask. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know...
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't...
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you to. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, they take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the
Corps of 30? What a...
Supposedly, they are named as such because the Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though if you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck.
All right, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like...
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent... Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the...
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha, we originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, in their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just... Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rukkhadevada and hold her, not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her.
Really? Aw.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it...
All right. Well, thanks for the info, Asfand.
No problem. Always happy to...
Seems Osfund was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was panicked by what he heard. The man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him. With the wisdom to help him, the man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulation. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of Archon Seeker. Do you now understand? She and her wisdom have along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of...
Yeah, thanks for the story!
In a way, it seems like this story is all...
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us...
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up...
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! We finally managed to find a... Let's see if we can...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress?
Did she have bandages wrapped...
Yes, that's her. Did you see which door...
Yeah, she went... that...
Quick, after her!
You might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for...
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe... Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this...
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best... Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye...
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for
And if I refuse to go?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to care.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back!
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to...
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go again. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my and knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who—
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. I still won't, and every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been... Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least...
Fine. I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father paid.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel...
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like...
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about
Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you, and word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't...
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I... but please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now? Aw, Paimon kinda wanted to try...
How about our charcoal-baked Agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some...
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Ku...
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know...
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bed. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even my younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for 7. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you?
How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. That you hate taking medicine every morning. And that— Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there any— What? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have— Can you make my— Oh. I'm sorry. But then, can you be my—
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Sam. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. Nor would I have learned how to— That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendror. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumero. In those days, the festival was a huge— But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumero's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget it. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death.
Aww, but that's all—
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past—
Just remember that we're still out—
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before. So, but recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser—
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who sends—
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared. So I had Nilu sell one of my— I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are coming.
Sure. That's quite the trip, though.
No, that would be too much. Even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd—
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in— Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got— Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City.
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. You two absolutely mustn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular.
Thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Huh. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zoop, we reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad, but the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for...
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two.
Nilou, what are you gonna be?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance.
Dunyarzad, have you told them the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two. According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing. So the Goddess of Flowers began to, as she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful parisaras, those brilliant purple flowers, became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that...
Nilou, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered parisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth parisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers. And she ultimately...
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen... If my stage were anything like that, I'd be So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Of course Paimon wants to watch. Those...
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? Did you know that the Sub-Zeros festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the...
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are... I mean...
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of it. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure.
Dancing at the Sub-Zeros as a child. I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser, the Sub-Zeros festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor...
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz.
Wow, did you sew all the...
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you... I've noticed that you can't keep...
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that. Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still...
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any... But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. But take you two, for example. You travel across Teyvat...
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues of...
Yes, and you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily...
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If... Oh... It looks like it's about...
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element...
There's something really...
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What...
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord.
Are you serious? We'd love...
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you to... my lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's...
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Razor and wait for Dia.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia.
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work...
Look, Dia...
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the Oh, hey, Chief.
Ha, Dia! What are you doing here? And well...
I take it you all know
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Ozfot.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumero City to begin bolstering it. Since you've already mentioned the theft.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just...
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city...
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know.
If you're also interested.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and...
You bet they are. King Deshret's...
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish... Well, traveler...
Thanks, Dia! And you too! Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zerus Festival. So, be sure to get yourselves back. Good. Then we'll see you both at...
Follow the wind. Follow the wind.
Come and have a good look yourself.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are...
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what... Let's get it. We know that whatever the Academia lost is... Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while at... Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students? Well, given all the people that come through here...
Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course.
especially around this time of year. Students from Summer, many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their study, sure, we may not be Sumero City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. You see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking...
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard...
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of... They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are. I've heard that Ain el Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess...
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady...
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just...
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? So, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us... Oh, all right. Paimon never thought...
Time to go.
We heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant...
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick...
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this
Huh. All these guys talk about is...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
Welcome.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much more go.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, as you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even...
So, you mean...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to... Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and... But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly... Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item.
Hey! Shut it, Al-Haytham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business?
I told you the other day. I wish...
Ha! The boss made it perfectly...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that...
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates...
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, if, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation, I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly...
What did you...
Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on...
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our... Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on. He went that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to... Since you tore through their scam right in front of them...
Who exactly are you two? And a student? Right. Look. You should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying...
He doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no... Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting, even if you don't...
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier.
So, since you were happy to give us this
You were willing to part with 500,000 more? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information.
That's a myth.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them, well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine.